Let's just see what that does. Looks like the top of this one has to go over that way to the right, just a hair if I can. Okay. And even when the plate is on, you can see a slight gap here. So if you can see that, and if the gap looks like it's off a little bit, you can still move it. This bottom could go to the left just a little if I can. Okay. I think that's good. That's better. Okay. Now, I'll put my little trim screws back up. And I just keep them loose until I get them all connected. Don't tighten it, your first screw or even your second one, because this might need to slightly shift one way or another. You never know. Okay? Sometimes you're like, where's the screw hole at? I'm putting it right in. Doesn't seem to be going. Okay, now this, just make it so it feels snug. Don't over tighten these screws. Last thing you want is to tighten it up a little bit and then have it crack. I mean, it's not the worst thing that could ever happen, but yeah, you're going to have to go back to the store and get yourself a cover plate and come back and all that, and then fix it. It's not a good idea to leave a cracked cover plate. I don't generally like to do that. Here's another thing to be aware of. I moved the light switches over so that this was more straight up and down instead of crooked like they had it before. But if you have to make sure that whoever was the last person who painted, if they just cut around your light switch cover plate and didn't take it off, chances are when you move this, you put the cover plate back on, you might see, hey, I can't do that because now the paint's not covering all the way. I could caulk it, but then the white caulking might stand out, and instead of doing one side, you may have to do the whole thing, and if you're not very good at caulking, you might get it too far over on the wall and all that kind of stuff. So you just have to pay attention if you are going to move it to see. Now, when they painted this garage, they pulled the cover plates off, and that's always a good idea. When you get ready to repaint, I would never recommend painting around cover plates. I take them all off. Okay, then it's easier to paint too, but then before you put the cover plates back on, you've got to wait a couple extra days after you're painting so that your paint is fully dry 100%. You don't want to put the cover plates on too soon, because if the paint feels dry to the touch, it might still not be dry all the way, and then you go and suck the cover plates on, and maybe in a couple places the cover plate sticks to the paint, and then next time you go and try to take your cover plate off, it's stuck on there, and you try to peel it off and you're not careful enough, and you pull it and it rips the paint off, and it rips your sheetrock, and it or over here. I've seen it happen. I've even done it before. So all those types of things, if you're going to adjust that, just be aware of that. All right, I'll go turn the breaker back on. Okay, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.